All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome back to Pristina, Kosovo, Skinderbus Square. Again, the host of all of the 3x3 action. We will continue play in the Europe Cup Qualifier here from Pristina. Whereas yesterday we got delayed by rain, decided to move all of the action until today. And this game was halfway through at the time. As you can see, it's a 3-5 score in favor of Andorra. And we are All right, around the 7-minute mark, so we'll jump right into all of the action. We will be with you today with the rest of pool play games until about 1:30 local time, and then we'll start the knockout rounds at around 4. We look to end things here with the tickets to the Europe Cup in Vienna given out around 8:30 tonight. So a full day of 3x3 ahead of us here from Skinnerbo Square. And right away we have a TV timeout. This is one of those things that happens when you start halfway through a game. Both teams in this game already eliminated from contention. Kosovo played 2 games yesterday. Near losses, both. They lost a 17-14 nail-biter to Cyprus, then went against Ireland and lost a 17-15 game as well. So the host country will not be getting that ticket to the Europe Cup on the women's side. Andorra, they played 2 games and they were bigger losses. A 22-7 loss to the Irish, and a 16-9 game against Cyprus. So this game is for honor, for playing for your country. Here we go. Camaroli. A dump down pass, and that bucket's wiped off. A shot clock violation. If you're just tuning in, this is the second half of what was supposed to be yesterday's action. If you haven't done your diligent duties, please do so. Subscribe below to our YouTube account. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at FIBA 3x3, at FIBA 3x3W. I am Boss Rosendahl, a.k.a. The Mountain, and I'm here with you all day. But we'll be 10 minutes sprinting until 2 teams have picked up a ticket to the Europe Cup in Vienna. We saw some teams pick up their tickets in Copenhagen, Denmark yesterday. Croatia and Spain on the men's side. And the field of 5 teams per gender in Vienna has expanded to 7. We look to expand it to 8 today. And then 4 more tickets will be handed out next weekend in Bucharest and Bratislava. Andorra, meanwhile, has built a comfortable lead here, 8-3. And Kosovo, they're looking for any type of offense right now, any answers. A kick out. Driving left, getting blocked. That's a foul called on the play. Too much contact by Agnesa Ramani, so we'll see Rabasa step up to the free throw stripe. She tried to free herself for a lay, but got deterred. Rabasa adding to that Andorra lead, a 9-3 game. Camaroli spinning, missing the layup up the glass. Back to Andorra. Moreno down there bullying people in the post. So Andorra really taking off on this game. They've scored more points than they have in both their previous games. already, and we're just at the halfway mark of the game. Now, Kosovo, can they do something to climb back into this one? Moreno. A kick out, and a wide open look is missed, so .11 seconds on the clock, and it's our fresh 12 actually for Kosovo. And Kosovo, they need some answers. Misconnection there as well. So the host country struggling to put the Wilson in the basket right now. Andorra hold on to this one. A midi pull-up is not splashed. Oh, crossing up. Moreno finally gets it outside just in time and off the glass. So Andorra pick up an 8-point lead. Camaroli behind the back, trying to create space, can't find any. A sidestep from Ramani, and that's down as well. So Kosovo, they got some points on the board now. They still need to make up a 6-point deficit against this Andorra squad. Moreno midi pull-up, make that a 7-point deficit for Kosovo. Andorra just keep on scoring. Camaroli, they need this one. It's down. And a technical assessed afterwards for playing defense in the key. So while Kosovo get 2 points, they give Andorra a free trip to the free throw line. We will have our TV timeout first, but that's just not very smart. Take a look, a full step back, nobody close. Claudio Brunet Solano splashing for Andorra. And it's Brunet Solano from the stripe for the technical freebie. That's down. Andorra at 14 points. We might not make it a distance if these teams keep scoring like this. Moreno. And again, it's Claudio Brunet Solano. And Kosovo turn it over right afterwards. So Andorra has found the offense they were lacking in their first 2 games in pool play. Shots from the outside are falling. And they get the Wilson back right away. So Brunet at it again. Moreno decides to take it herself, spinning into traffic. Brunet's open on the outside. Floaty from the mid-range is no good. Kosovo, can they mount a comeback? Camaroli looking across, but no space. And Tuhina pulls up for 2. And a jump ball situation as Rabasa got tied up. Tried to cross, but Camaroli had her hands on the Wilson. So a jump ball situation, as you know, will be rewarded to the defense. Kosovo back in possession. Tuhina to Camaroli. Camaroli on the drive. Going left, stepping back. Midi, And Andorra is just trying to build on this lead. Oh, mean intentions, try to pass it through her legs, but it was broken up. And a near near miss again. Brunette gets her own board, takes the contact, and it will be a free throw for Claudia Brunette. Oh, up and under. Had her lost in the sauce. Andorra, 17 points. Can they get to 21? 2 minutes on the clock. Camaroli gets a layup. Brunette with all the space in the world. Crossing, double crossing, pull up from the midi is good as well. Andorra is literally hitting every shot they're taking right now. Camaroli with an answer for Kosovo, but that's left short. And Kosovo, the host country, looks like they're about to bow out with 3 losses against this unleashed Andorra team. So 1:48 on the clock. Andorra with a huge lead in this one, 18-9. And they're looking to end this game and end it quick. This is their last game in pool play. Again, they are at 2 losses so far, trying to pick up that only win. Pressure on the sideline. Camaroli comes away with it. And there's Tuhina with an open look. Rebound back to Andorra. A flip shot by Rabasa is missed. And we are right around the minute mark as Tuhina pulls up for 2 again. And another miss for All right, here we go again. 1 minute to go in this women's game here from Kosovo. Pool B about to come to an end. We got one more game in pool play coming up. It's Cyprus and Ireland who will take the court next in a battle of the unbeaten to try to see who will take the crown in this women's Pool B. And that's important because pool winners get a bye. They go straight to the semifinals instead of playing a quarterfinal. Moreno with the rebound then. The putback puts Andorra at game point. A 2 will end it. And we are under a minute. And both teams' last game of this tournament, as they will not be moving on to the knockout rounds this afternoon. Those knockout rounds will be played starting at 4 local time. Oh, quick hands. Got a cookies took. A pass inside. And we have a player down. Might have gotten hit in the head inadvertently. Take a look, the lob pass, and yeah. Mohadri caught that and couldn't see who was behind her. Came down with her elbow on the forehead of Claudia Brunette. And she'll be shaken up a little bit after that. But walked off on her own power, so That's good to see. It was the 7th foul on Andorra, though. As the referees are trying to get the medical personnel to take a look at Brunet. 7th foul on Andorra, that is the bonus, as you know. So 2 free throws coming up for Alona Mohadri. And good on the first. And another point down for Kosovo, who are looking at an 8-point deficit with 14 seconds to go. Andorra, again, can end things on a 2. They opt to go for a 1. It's a miss. It's 5 on the clock. It's Camaroli with the last shot of the game. It drains, but that is all she wrote, both for Kosovo and Andorra. Andorra taking a victory in the first game of the day here from Skanderberg Square, a 13-19 takedown of the host country. We are about to get ready to close out women's Pool B action with a matchup between two unbeaten teams, Cyprus and Ireland. They both have picked up 2 wins. It's Cyprus coming out first. They beat Kosovo 17-14 and took apart Andorra 16-9 victory. It's Panagiotta Kiraiku, Eleni Pilakuta, a force underneath the basket. Panagiotta Themistokleus and Marissa Pangalos, and sources tell me her nickname is Shorty. So we'll go with Shorty on this one. Ireland, they got 2 victories as well. Beat Andorra 22-7 and then beat host country Kosovo 17-15. It's Grain Dwyer, Anya Maguire, Claire Melia, and Aine O'Connor stepping onto the court. These ladies play a scrappy brand of basketball. Claire Melia was wonderful in that game against Kosovo. 10 points, 7 ones, and a 2-pointer free throw to add to it. Carried her team to victory. Now there's 10 minutes of sprinting between these teams and a possible bye in the quarterfinals. Again, we play the quarterfinals later on the day. 3 teams out of pool play will move on. And the number 1 team in pool will move on straight to the semifinals. You win that semifinals, and you're a game away from making it to the Europe Cup in Vienna. And especially with half of pool play being played today, it's going to be hugely important who gets that first seed in the pool. We will see. Skanderbeg Square is watching, as I hope you all are. Again, my name is Bas Rosendahl, a.k.a. The Mountain. And you guys enjoy this 10-minute sprint. Here we go. 2 unbeaten teams who will remain. So Shorty with the lay coming through. And Ireland go looking for their size again. Melia underneath the basket, finishes with the lefty. McGuire to Melia. She can shoot it as well. This time, not so much. So again, for those of you just tuning in, we had a rain delay yesterday. That's why we are here running the rest of pool play today. That will go on until about 1:30. And then we'll have a short break as Shorty misses the 2. We'll have a short break, and we'll get into the knockout rounds at right around 4 o'clock local time with the quarterfinals, and then obviously the semifinals. The finals, where we determine who will make it to this Vienna Europe Cup in August, will be starting around 7:50 local time. So we're looking to end around 8:30, and then we'll know which 2 teams, one on the men's side, one on the women's side, will have qualified to that Europe Cup in Vienna. Ireland and Cyprus looking to get there, obviously. A shot clock violation. Cyprus has made it in once in 22. Ireland, they have last time they represented in the Europe Cup was in 2017 when they came in 11th. Have been stuck in the preliminary rounds, in the qualifying rounds ever since. But they're looking like one of the teams to beat out here, again with 2 victories to their name already. There's Shorty, Pangalos lefty lay, right off the rim, but Pilakuta's there to have her back. Pilakuta's been incredible this tournament. Just incredible underneath the boards. In their game against Kosovo, she had 9 big points. And then in that takedown against Andorra, she added 6 to her tally. Cyprus right now holding a 3-1 lead after about a minute and a half of play. Dwyer says thank you. I'll make that 3-3. Here's Pilakuta. Pangalos looked at a shot, using her speed to get by, can't get the lay, got hit. So a foul as a result. Pangalos, the 5th ranked women's player in Cyprus. And again, her nickname apparently is Shorty. Thank you to the anonymous source for shouting that out. Shorty with the freebie. McGuire from the corner can connect. Melia traces down the board. A handoff on the high post. Beautiful backdoor cut. Backdoor's layup. And Ireland ties the game up again. Oh, no look. And get that bucket down. Themistokliou. There's O'Connor pulling up for two. And a fresh 12 for the Irish. Melia. Dwyer, a dump down pass to O'Connor. And a foul on the play. It was actually a smart foul. She was in scoring position. And instead of that, now Ireland will have a check up top. So a business decision by Cyprus, who hold on to a 1-point lead in an entertaining game so far. We knew it was going to be two teams that were unbeaten until just now. Melia pulls up for two. Ireland have been controlling the rebound all tournament long. And it's been Grain Dwyer scrapping down there underneath the basket. This time a foul. So possession back to Cyprus. Shorty. Shorty with the right, going to the left, lay it up. Cyprus at a 2-point lead here. McGuire. I'm not sure anybody is going to stick with Marissa Pangalos in this game. She is blazing fast. Pull-up's no good. Vilakuta with the left. And almost a steal. So that's gotten us to our first TV timeout. And this is some of the happenings that have happened so far. Bilakute. We knew she was going to be good underneath the basket. Finishing at a high clip. A 7-5 game here as we are about 4 minutes in. Travel call on the floor. And here we go. Vilakuta again underneath, this time with the left. Misses the shot, gets her own board though. Gets deterred, wants a foul. Referee's not having any of that. There's Melia. Can Ireland find any offense to come back in this one? This won't help. A shot clock violation. And a 2 launched but missed will give Ireland the possession back about halfway through the game. The Irish scoring has been few and far between. They need something. Dwyer. Maguire open for 2. She's a shooter but misses everything. Maguire takes it for herself, steps back, a fake, can't find any space, good defense. Now it's Dwyer forcing up a prayer. A pick and roll action for the Irish. There's Aine O'Connor, but she misses the layup. A 5-point deficit for the Irish, who looked very good on offense in their first couple of games in pool play, but today have not found their shot at all. Meanwhile, Cyprus continue to pour on. Shorty with the foul on Grain Dwyer. And a timeout called by the Irish about 20 seconds before a possible TV timeout, but I do think this is the right moment in the game to call a timeout. And Cyprus just continuing to pour it on. Ireland looking for answers. It's Melia underneath with a beautiful up and under. That helps. But Pilakuta is trying to answer for here. Lefty lay is missed. Another offensive rebound. Ireland controlled the boards earlier in the game, but just can't get a hold of it. Melia snatches that, and Dwyer throws up a 2. And now a foul is called on a rebound. Shorty behind the back. On offense, lefty lay. Pangalos is just incredible. Who's going to stop her going at the basket? Melia controlling the board, gets bumped out of bounds. A foul on Cyprus. That's number 5. 3 minutes left to go in this one. Again, can Ireland mount a comeback? It's a 7-point deficit for them, and they need scores. O'Connor to McGuire. She's a shooter, so they're going to need that. A sidestep. 2 is down. This is what Ireland needs. 13-8 now. That's oxygen right there. Pangalos, There's Dwyer sidestepping back to McGuire. Same spot. This time she passes. Beautiful find, but a miss by Dwyer. Pangalos goes into the post again. There is Pilakuta, and you know what they say, feed the parking meter. I don't know if y'all heard that expression, but I have. If a post-up player like Pilakuta is going, you gotta pay. You gotta feed the parking meter. Otherwise, you're gonna get fined. Anyway, Cyprus, a comfortable lead here with 2:17 on the clock. Pilakuta taking a check. Temistoklou's. Pilakuta this time driving from the outside 2 on the shot clock. Shot is blocked. Ireland back to the possession here. McGuire. They're going to need her to shoot and hit, but that is a miss. And Pilakuta just keeps on going. Gets her own board, but Ireland come away with it. Melia now. 2 balls up. A foul called underneath. So 1:30, and it looks like Cyprus might be taking this one unless Ireland can mount a crazy comeback here. But it's not likely. They haven't gotten quality looks at the basket. Meanwhile, Cyprus, they got the 2-headed monster of Pangalos and Pilakuta going. And again, both teams have already made it on to the knockout rounds, but getting that quarterfinal bye is hugely important in a long day of games. Shorty on her way to the rack, kicks it out. Open looks missed. Temistoklou's with the board. Now it's Temistoklou's setting up shop underneath the basket, and McGuire opts to foul. Number 6 on the Irish, as I'm correct. A kick out Pilakuta for 2. We haven't seen her shoot that many shots from the outside. This one's a miss. And we are right at the 1-minute mark. Here we go. McGuire screened open, taking a look at the basket. 2's up, not down. Melia with the board, puts it up and in, 14-9. Still a 3-possession game. Shorty with the rock in her hands. Pangalos is open. Dwyer finding McGuire. McGuire looking at the basket, but no space. This time it's Dwyer who's open. Dwyer back rims that shot and gets it back. A kick out to McGuire. There's Melia who's open for 2, and that one's down, so it's back to a 2-possession game. We're under half a minute, 14-11. Ireland need to stop. Cyprus want to get a bucket here. And there's Themistokleus with the bucket. Still a two-possession game, but Ireland needed two. Maguire, a quick shot is down. 15-13, one-possession game. Rocking her hands, looking at Maguire. Maguire trying to go for a steal. 3.8 on the clock. And the 7th foul on Ireland, so Marissa Ariella Pangalos, a.k.a. Shorty, on the stripe, and she can put the game away. First one is a miss. Look, if she misses the next one, Ireland could still come through with a 2-point shot, tie the game, and force overtime. Pangalos, if she hits this, it's done. Pangalos, game in her hands. And ice cold, a shot from the corner. Maguire misses that one, and that's all she wrote. Cyprus hold on and stave off a furious comeback by the Irish late to pick up a 16-13 victory and come out of women's Pool B in first place. And the Irish will be left scratching their heads because when they started playing with poise down the stretch of that game, it got very close. Y'all enjoy these highlights. We will see both these teams later on today in the knockout rounds as we get set up for the next game on the slate. And that's going to be Luxembourg and Malta as we shift our attention to women's Pool B. Don't go anywhere.
Next game is Luxembourg against Malta. First represent team of Luxembourg with number
We will shift our attention to women's Pool A, and this is going to be the first look we get at Team Luxembourg
Number
They didn't
33,
get to
Ahmed
play
Hasanovic.
yesterday because of the rain delay. So they're going to have to try to get to the Europe Cup with all their games being today. They made it to the Europe Cup last year. And there's Amra Hasanovic, Omri Reneoli, Michelle Ditkin, and Nadia Mossong.
Number 15, Danica Galea.
And on the other end, we have Team Malta, who took Azerbaijan down the stretch of a game to a very tight loss, a 17-14 loss to Azerbaijan, where Stefani De Martino was great with 3 twos, 7 points in that game. Danica Galea got them started early on. The 18-year-old scored 2 of her points to start the game. They're joined by Cristi Galea and Sofia Abela. And again, both these teams in a pool with a team that in Azerbaijan that's qualified to the Olympic Games this year in Paris. So they're facing stiff competition. Again, this Luxembourg team making it to the Europe Cup last year. Bowing out with 2 defeats there and a 12th place finish. A little bit of a different team this year for Luxembourg. As Nadia Mossong, the only returning member of that Europe Cup squad. She's got a little bit of a younger side cast here with Jo-Marie Reneoli getting her first international cap. The 21-year-old stepping onto the court. And Luxembourg, a team in white and light blue, start off with a turnover. So again, both these teams need this victory because they are in a 3-team pool. And Malta, a bare miss. So because of the seeding and the pool diversion, 3 teams from each pool move on to the knockout rounds. So it's a matter of seeding for Malta, Luxembourg, and Azerbaijan as they are in a 3-team pool in Pool A. And I have to rectify myself. The game between Andorra and Kosovo was one to move on to the knockout rounds as well. So we'll be seeing Andorra from Women's Pool B again later on today. So Kosovo, the host country, bowing out on the women's side. Meanwhile, Luxembourg, a 2 is up and a 2 is down. They are on the board first. It was Mossong, the 38-year-old, again, the only returning member from that Europe Cup team from last year. An and 1 for Abela. And a shot from the corner is missed. Again, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as hit us up on socials at FIBA 3x3 on Instagram, at FIBA 3x3W. Take a look at all of the action today. We are in a 2-1 game after a minute. Malta in action. It is Galea setting up underneath the basket, but whistle on the floor. And Luxembourg back in possession. Shot from the corner is no good. Rebounds chased down. Who's that out on? Abela on the move. Galea setting up shop, turning into a hook shot that's missed. Oh, driving and laying with almost an N1. Ditkin will take her talents to the free throw stripe. A miss from two again, as we still have a 2-1 game here after 2 minutes. Galea setting up underneath the basket, but a travel. And we'll see Mosong go to the free throw stripe. Score will make it 3-1. Abela. And Martino showed yesterday that she can really shoot the Wilson. This result in a miss. Galea. They go with a down screen play. They look to get Galea open underneath the basket. She's got a mismatch. And Galea does not deliver off the glass, so the 18-year-old being put in a position to score hasn't been able to do so. Luxembourg running into traffic. There's Mosong again for two. An answer right away. It's the other Galea, Christie. Mosong, another try from the same spot, same result, 7-3. Luxembourg's got the scope unlocked. De Martino turns it over. And that's going to get us to our first TV timeout. Luxembourg, they're shooting. Specifically, Nadia Mosong, the 38-year-old second-ranked player on the women's side in Luxembourg. Same spot, same result. Bang, bang. Here we go again, Luxembourg in possession. A strong drive and a right make. Ditkin adding to that Luxembourg lead. It's 8-3. Abela on the move, spinning and winning. So Malta does something back. 8-4, a two-possession game. High speed, high intensity so far in this one.
Leads Luxembourg against Malta. 6:34 seconds to go.
it's Galea. De Martino now looking for Galea. She goes to that left hook again. This time it's a make. But they forget to play defense. And then Mosong forgets to make the layup. Mosong, though, same spot for two. And again, a make. She's a shooter, ladies and gentlemen. 10-5, Luxembourg. De Martino, no answer. Oh, there you go. Oli got by the defense, was stopped with the foul. Actually, a jump ball situation. I apologize. And in the case of a jump ball, possession of the Wilson goes to the defense. So that's why you see Malta setting up with the rock wide open. Galea noticed she missed right away, so chased down her own board. A foul in the play. Mosong. Midi pull up off the glass. Thank you, Ditkin. Oh, the answer for Malta. Galea driving and laying. 11-6. Luxembourg, another shot from two-point land is a miss. Abela tracks down the board. De Martino, she's not shy. She will shoot it. Mosong is making sure everything's set up. And another two-point shot as a result.
5 minutes to go.
It's Hasanovic this time. Martino, can she answer? Off the glass. That is a spot where everybody's hitting from. It was Mosong hitting two from that place, from that spot on the floor earlier, and now it's Stephanie De Martino knocking her first two down. A 13-8 game in an offensive contest so far. Mosong is stopped with a foul and will take a trip to the free throw strike. They go down to the post. Galea looking for space. She's got a mismatch. Righty off the glass, no good. She knows she was looking for that left hand, but smart defense, and then another two-point shot made for Luxembourg. This is a very dangerous team if they can keep shooting like this. De Martino, they need an answer. Not on that shot, though. 4 minutes, 30 seconds in this one, but Luxembourg is running away with this in an offensive clinic. They just keep on hitting shots. Mosong will take a seat, and it's Oli, Ditkin, and Hasanovic now for Luxembourg. Galea, De Martino, and Abela for Malta. Oli with the spin cycle misses the layup. And it's Abela on the drive. Loses the Wilson. 4 in the shot clock. Galea, righty hook. In and out. So a reset here for Luxembourg. Pull up from the mid-range. Oli is really feeling herself. The 21-year-old in her first cap showing out on offense. De Martino can't connect on the shot again, so Malta are looking at a huge deficit in this one. And it's almost added to it. Ditkin off the glass, barely missed that one. Now it's Abela. You know she wants to go right, but that layup's still good. Hasanovic, Oli to Ditkin. Ditkin now on the drive. Float game from the mid-range, nuh-uh. With 3 minutes to go, can Malta do anything to come back in this game? A shot by Abela would help, but it's missed again. So we reset it for Luxembourg. Oli on the move, easy layup. I like the way this Luxembourg team plays. They play with poise. They have a lot of movement going, and they can shoot it. Abela now. That movement was good as well, but the layup's missed. cookies took by DeMartino, who goes and finds Galea underneath, working on her offensive rebounding stats, but an 18-10 game. Oli left wide open. Can't connect on the shot. And then it's DeMartino left open again. Fatigue is starting to come into play here as Galea muscles up. A shot gets fouled and timeout on the floor. Galea on the stripe secures a point for Malta. Still a 7-point lead for Luxembourg, who take another 2. Hasanovic loses to Wilson. It's stolen right back. There's Oli. Oli on the move, a kick out. Hasanovic, 2 is up, but no good. High post play for Luxembourg. Mosong spins into some action and was held up. That's foul number 6 on Malta.
(19-11) for Luxembourg. 1 minute and 54 seconds to go.
So we are just under the 2 minutes mark here, and Luxembourg, your number 4 seed who qualified to the Europe Cup last year, and got close in 22 as well, have taken a commanding lead in this game. A 7-point deficit for Malta. If Luxembourg manages to hit a 2 on this possession, it is game. Mosong driving, a kick out, and pass couldn't reach Oli in time, so a shot clock violation. And fresh 12 for Malta to try to see if they can mount any form of a comeback. It's Galea, and DeMartino. DeMartino is wide open. She is a shooter, but not a great shooter in this game so far. Mosong looking to end things no good. 1:30 on the clock now. And DeMartino is closely guarded, looking for any type of space to shoot. Galea gets the rebound, spins into a 1-point bucket. Mosong this time to Ditkin. Great action there. Ditkin and Mosong find each other, but the layup's not made. 60 seconds and change left in the game. Galea misses, but a foul. That's foul number 6 on Luxembourg. So Kristi Galea, the 24-year-old, steps up to the stripe. A 19-14 game now. Again, 60 seconds to go in this game. Mosong lost to Wilson. A quick shot by DeMartino. Chases down her own board and misses again underneath. Galea now A rebound, righty hook, rolls off the rim, and Oli finally secures the board for Luxembourg. Another steal by Galea, and now it's De Martino on her way to the rack. Scoop shot, bucket flavor, 19-15, a two-possession game here as Malta storms back into this one. Luxembourg looking for a shot to end things. It's no good, so another try at it for Mosong. Mosong will end the game. That's it. Luxembourg scoring from all levels of the floor, specifically a lot from the two-point range. If they can keep shooting like this, they are a dangerous team in this tournament. A 21-15 win over Malta is their first game of the day.
Next game, Albania against Armenia, men's category.
We shift our attention to the men's side for a game in men's Pool B. This is a 5-team pool, and we will see Albania, who have picked up a win, and Armenia, who are still winless. Albania come out first. Again, a loss to Cyprus and a beatdown of Kosovo, 21-13. It's Julian Shahini, Abdel Gizeli, Eldi Hisa, and Elia Memkaj. Hisa was cooking against Kosovo. Cooking. 8 points, 2 twos. He had himself a game. And they're facing a young team of 18-year-olds in Armenia who lost to Azerbaijan 21-9 and lost to Cyprus 21-13. It's Marat Mikelian, Tigran Mkrtumyan, Yura Melikian, and Samvel Gevorgian. And again, this is a team of youngsters. And Mkrtumyan was nice in that game against Cyprus. He had himself 8 points as well. So both teams still in the race. Again, 3 teams moving on from pool play. Albania in 3rd right now. Armenia in 5th, but a win will get them tied for 3rd. And maybe even moving ahead of Albania because of the individual result. So these fellas are looking to pick up their first W, and Albania, again, with another win, they can vault themselves into a more secure spot in the standings. So we'll see which team can help themselves a little bit with this game here. Both teams have this game and then another game left on the slate. And we're 10 minutes sprinting again. Here goes Albania. They start off with an open two. Shahini tracks down the board. It's Giseli by himself, righty miss. Gevorgian. Strong offense by Albania. The backwards lay by Memkaj. And the first points are on the board. High post action for Armenia. They come with the ball screen. Gevorgian dancing behind the screen. No space. Almost a turnover. Oh, there's Mkartumyan to Gevorgian. Gevorgian misses the midi. Board chase down. Now it's Gevorgian from the outside. The big fella gets the board. Pretty pass, but a little bit too much sauce on that. Malikyan. Again, this Armenia team is extremely young, all 18 years of age. Memkaj driving baseline. Tried to end Malikyan, but misses the dunk. There's Gevorgian again. Malikyan with the fake and a trip to the free throw stripe for Yura Malikyan. And Armenia is on the board as well.
Albania against Armenia.
There's Shahini. Oh. Giseli got tied up. Look at Giseli. So Armenia back in possession. And 2 up, 2 down for Mikhailian. Isa. Shahini with the pick and roll beauty. Mikhailian again, a foot's in the way. So Isa and Shahini, they got more chemistry than a periodic table. Isa chases down the board. It's a 3-2 game after 2 minutes of play. Memkaj looking for space. He's closely guarded. Memkaj on the run. And a righty scoop will tie the game at 3. Mikhailian. Wild shot, no make. Memkaj with the board. Oh, almost gets it back from Shahini, but there's a hand in there somewhere. Somehow gets that up to the basket, but Mikhailian can't get it. Malikyan can't get it to go. Now it's Isa. Swing pass. Memkaj is open, and 2 up, 2 down. So a 5-3 lead for Albania. And again, both these teams have yet to ever qualify for the Europe Cup. Looking for their first trip to the main event. Shahini jabs, midi, Gevorgian. Gevorgian with the hesitation, try to get in between 2 players. Gets it somehow to Malikyan, who puts it up and in. 5-4. There goes that pick and roll combination again, and he finds Shahini. These two, they got something going. 6-4. Hisa to Shahini with the crazy pass.
6 and 37 seconds to go.
And now a foul on the play as Shahini collides with Mikhailian. And that's gotten us to our first TV timeout. An entertaining contest so far. Clash of styles here as Armenia is mainly trying to create off of one-on-ones. And we'll see Albania use the pick and roll to their advantage. Makes it a 6-5 game. Gizeli slicing and dicing, righty layup. Albania up 2. The big fella now in the post. Melikyan rumbling and bumbling, but missing a wide open layup. They go looking for him again. Great catch there, Melikyan, but he's pushed off his spot by Shahini. A kick out to Mkartumyan. Mkartumyan, a very deep 2. Forced because of the shot clock and missed. Gizeli operating, finds Shahini underneath. Shahini delivering like the UPS driver.
5 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
And
6.
an answer for Mikhailian. Memkaj now. Memkaj on the move. Easy finish for the youngster. Memkaj also only 22 years of age. Elian Memkaj showing out with his electric handles. And a miss by the Armenians. Now Shahini is open. Hisa. Rock is cleared. Hisa on his way to wreck. Finds Shahini for the easy layup. What a pass. Gevorgian takes the contact. No make, but a trip to the stripe. It's the 3rd foul in Albania. Free throw miss, so it will remain a 4-point lead. Memkaj now. Memkaj on the move. Isa, deep 2. Forward back to Armenia. That is an easy look underneath the basket for Yura Melikyan. A quick transition there for Armenia. We are past the halfway mark. Gizeli almost gets that up and in. A foul and a trip to the free throw line. That's stripe. That is foul number 1 on Armenia. Gizeli crossing and saucing. There's Shahini with a pull-up. Board back to the Armenians. Gevorgian. And Mkhitaryan misses everything. It's chased down 3 on the shot clock. Gevorgyan a forced jumper, but no good on that one.
Timeout.
Here we go again. Albania holding on to a 4-point lead. We got 4 minutes left in this one. Memkaj, scoop shot, So back to it. There's Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan steps back. Chases that Wilson down, but steps out of bounds. Hisa with the LEU play. Memkaj couldn't control it though. Now it's Hisa. 3 on the shot clock at 2 points up. He's down on the floor looking at the referee. It's 3 on 2 for a minute here. And Gevorgyan takes advantage of the situation by knocking down a 2. Hisa was on the floor and left his teammates out to dry. How did he find him? Memkaj to Shahini.
12-9. Albania leads against Armenia. 3 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
3:30 on the clock, and Armenia has climbed back into this game. And a strong finish. Ghizali. Abdel Ghizali, the 31-year-old, receives the pass, finishes through the contact, and Albania up 3 points with a chance to add to it. Here's Hisa again, pick and roll action, get his cookies taken. Mkhitaryan is fouled underneath, fifth foul on Albania. And there's Mkhitaryan bringing it back to a three-point game once again. They haven't been able to get closer than 3 in the last few possessions. And Ghizali to Shahini. It will put it back up to 4. Shahini's playing a hell of a game. Finishing inside. Wow, the wild Euro step. And an offensive foul called, but that move deserved a finish. Mkhitaryan with the hop, skip, step, and a miss. Albania remains in the lead by 4. 6th foul on Armenia, though, after that offensive foul. So now it's Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan for 2. Open shots missed. Underneath, how did Gizali get that through? That's Go-Go Gadget Arms right there. Mukartumya, no make. And this is what Armenia needed, though. They needed some two-point shots to fall. Meanwhile, Albania keeps on scoring underneath the basket. Memkaj denies the screen. Memkaj with the and one dunk.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look, denies the screen, flying in for the spike and one. Boom.
Memkaj žuti topin.
And an open shot by Gevorgyan is missed, chasing down the rebounds Hisa. 2 minutes left in this one, but Albania has taken firm control of the game. Hisa waving everybody off. He's looking for it too. Hisa gets it to go. Nasty step back. LD Hisa. No answer for Armenia yet again. So it's Memkaj now. Albania's just taking turns. Memkaj looking to sauce things up, stepping back for a two-point shot, no make, but Gizeli cleans up the trash, 20-11. It's game point Albania. Armenia, they got a possession here. They're left open to shoot. They miss it again. Who's going to end it for Albania? Hisa with the Wilson. Hisa with the Hezi. And Hisa gets hit in the mouth. So a fresh 12 for Albania. And an opportunity to end the contest and pick up their second win. And it's Gizeli. A fake. Bullies his way to a bucket, and it's 21-11. Albania pick up their second win and end Armenia's hopes to try to qualify for
Next up, game between Kosovo and Cyprus. Amina pak majal Lucio Nikona bergerak pak Kosovo. Abang dua berikutnya.
Another men's Pool B game coming up. And it's host country Kosovo taking on Cyprus, and one of the more electric players in the field of play out here, it's Stefanos Iliadis, the electric guard for Cyprus. But first, the host country Kosovo, 2 losses so far in pool play against Azerbaijan, a 14-10 loss, and against Albania, a 21-13 loss. It's Ardit Pepaj, Atik Koshi, Borim Zekiki, and Kushti Mushkani. They mounted a comeback against Azerbaijan, and it wasn't enough. Stuck around the game against Albania for a minute, but then got the doors blown off of the game. A win will give them chances to still move on to the knockout round. So they want to get a W here, but they're facing, again, one of the more electric players in the field in Stefanos Iliadis. He's joined by Christos Loizides, Marios Georgiou, and Victor Hieronymides. And this Cyprus team picked up 2 wins already versus Albania, 21-10. Actually, making 3 wins. They also beat Azerbaijan and Armenia already. So this is a very dangerous team. And Cyprus already assured a spot, but they want to move out of pool in first place. Iliadis so far in their first game against Albania had 9 points. Followed that up with an 8-point game against Armenia. And in their game against Azerbaijan, he had 5 as well. So the man's racked up plenty of points in pool play here. There's Georgiou. And there's that man, Iliadis, with the pull-up 2. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Kosovo. Can Kosovo stave off an early exit from this tournament? The women's team is already out of contention. Now the men's team looking to still remain and keep their hopes alive at a spot in the Europe Cup. Now, if you're just joining us, you must have realized that yesterday we had a rain delay. We were supposed to have all of the pool play games yesterday, but rain messed things up for us. And so we moved all of the pool play action left to today. As Sikiki tries his hand at a 2. Rebounds had, and an easy smash. Ushkani showing the bunnies. And Kosovo with the loudest first point in the game so far in the tournament. Anyway, we've moved the rest of our pool play games till today. So we're going to be here for the next couple of hours running through those. And then once we're done with those, we'll take a short break. And then we'll go right into the knockout round starting right around 4 o'clock local time here to see who can qualify to the Vienna Europe Cup in August. Yesterday's action from Copenhagen in the other qualification tournament already brought us 2 new teams on the men's and women's side. Spain and Croatia on the men's side moving on a crazy Croatia game winner. I hope y'all saw that. If not, follow our accounts at FIBA 3x3, at FIBA 3x3W. You'll see that action for sure. On the women's side, it was Team Spain and Team Italy securing their spots at the Europe Cup. Who is going to move on from Pristina, Kosovo? 1 team per gender. We will see at the end of the day. That will be right around 8:30 local time at night. And Iliadis somehow misses that. That was in and out and in and out. Hieronymides can't get it to go. Cyprus can't buy a bucket right now. Kosovo with an opportunity to go up a bigger, but also can't hit the shot. Then a turnover on Cyprus. Pushkani spinning but not winning. The board goes to Cyprus. Iliades, if you can't get it going from distance, then why not try underneath the basket? And right away, the answer for Kosovo, Koshi, with the easy push shot. It's a 2-1 game. Now again, if we look at standings in Pool B, it's Cyprus, who actually lost to Azerbaijan. My apologies, I looked at the score wrong. With 2 wins and a loss. Azerbaijan standing atop of the pool with 3 wins. Albania, they've secured their 2nd win. And Kosovo, 2 games played, no win. So they need every win they can get to try to move on. Easy layup for Loizides underneath. Cyprus picked up her first lead of the game. We're 2 minutes in. Koshi. A kick to the corner, and Pepaj can't get it to go. So a little bit of help side played by Cyprus, but Kosovo can't connect on the open shots, and so the tactic is paying off for the Cypriots. Oh, Zakiki dropped the man, but an offensive foul called. So possession back to Cyprus. And there's Loizides with the board. He's got the size advantage here, and he's showing off. Standing 204. Pushkani coming back, 25-year-old with his first international caps in this tournament. Both him and Zakiki have not played on the Kosovo 3x3 squad just yet. And there's Irnomides on the stripe. Kosovo's already racked up 4 fouls in this one, and Cyprus is holding on to a little bit of a lead. Usually that's an indication of a team that's put under pressure. In the case of Kosovo, if you use that many fouls early. Koshi. Good screening action by Kosovo, but a foul on the floor as a result. Koshi now on a drive, faking, taking a contact, and will take his shooting ability to the free throw stripe. Remains a 3-5 game after 3 minutes of play here. And again, the host country, Kosovo, desperately need a win. They need a win to stay alive. They need a win to have an opportunity to qualify for that Europe Cup in Vienna. Koshi brings the game within a point from the stripe. Iliades on the other end, a drop off to Georgiou. Iliades, the electric guard, again shining here in pool play in Pristina, Kosovo. Oh, a spin, lost him in the sauce, but nothing on the finish. And an offensive foul called. And a TV timeout in a tight contest so far. Cyprus up to a 2-point lead. The fouls are tied at 4. Iliadis got things started underneath the basket, and it's been guard play heavy with Koshi attacking the rack for Kosovo.
Minutes and 33 seconds to go. Cyprus lead 6-4. Gjashtë minuta për 10 sekonda që I propovesh 6 me 4 në ballë Kosovës. Bravo Maskota. Maskota Kosova. Na.
So the MC urging the people in the crowd to cheer on home team Kosovo as if they needed any more of an adage. Koshi crossing and saucing off the glass for the mid. He froze him. And Georgiou from the outside can't connect. And a flopping warning on Koshi, who overly showed some contact. A 2's up and a 2's down. Actually, yeah, that is a 2. 7-6, Kosovo in the lead. This is what they needed. This is what they wanted. Iliadis wanted to change things. Misses the lay, a foul on the play. Free throw hesitation there for Georgiou. And he will have a second chance at it. There it is. Marios Georgiou, the 32-year-old, brings the game to a 7-7 tie. Ushkani, righty hook, forced shot, and a foul called on the play. That's foul number 5 on Cyprus. It's a physical contest, this one. Actually, a foul called on Kosovo. That's foul number 6. Iernomides, lefty off the glass. Here go. 9-9. We're tied again. Iliadis looking for a shot. Foul called on the play. That is foul number 7 on Kosovo. So Cyprus in the bonus, which means starting now, all defensive fouls will be 2 free throws.
No. Kosovo, Cyprus, 9-9, we tied. 10-9 now. 5 and 50 seconds to go.
Ten-9 game now. Cyprus in the lead. We're up at the halfway mark. Kosovo is in foul trouble, but they got Koshi shooting from long distance. Iliadis is open, and I do believe he got fouled on the play. He's telling his troops to calm down. Stefanos Iliadis. The electric guard for Cyprus adding to the lead. It's 12-9. Again, I told you Kosovo is in foul trouble, and that's not good. 8 fouls. And again, every foul on the defensive end is a As they trip to the free throw stripe for 2.
13-9.
Going towards 10 fouls. That's 2 free throws and possession. It's called the double bonus. And Iliadis misses. Georgiou's there to pick up the mess. 14-10. Cyprus building a little bit of a lead here on the back of those free throws. And it's Akiki. He's stuck on the baseline. Took a little bit too long. A travel called. And Cyprus back to it. There's Iranomides. He finds Georgiou underneath. Can Kosovo mount a comeback? It's going to have to start with this one. Uishkani. They're going to have to get some stops, and Iliadis is not looking to be stopped. A kick out as Loizides pulls up for 2. Loizides now all by himself for the layup. So Cyprus at a 5-point lead once again. Pepaj has been a little bit quiet this game. Pepaj from long distance misses. And Iliadis putting his team on his back once again. 18-11, and it's looking dire for Kosovo. Iliadis chases it down behind the back for Loizides to Iliadis. Oh, that's a great pass, but not a great finish. And Kosovo turn it over.
Timeout.
Take a look at Loizides using his height underneath the basket to secure his team a bunch of rebounds and a bucket. And Kosovo is looking down the barrel of an early exit. Sixth foul on Cyprus and some discussions with the referees. But Kosovo back in possession. They need to make up 7 points in the last 3 minutes. They need to do something, and they need to do it fast. Ieronides. Lefty layup is missed. And there's Akiki. Kosovo back within 5 points. That's oxygen right there. They needed that. Iliadis directing traffic. Goes into Ieronides. Ieronides to the rack. Lefty lay this time's also missed. Now it's Koshi open for 2. Can't splash. And that shot's missed as well. And there you go. That's a victory for Cyprus. And that will end Kosovo's hopes of moving on to the knockout rounds later on today. Cyprus is, I think, pretty sure of contention here. We are going to have to bring out the calculators for that one. While we do that, y'all enjoy these highlights.
Next game is Luxembourg against Malta, men's category. First, we welcome Team Luxembourg with number 7, Danielson Ramos Fonseca. Number 8, Christoph Loris.
So we shift
Number
our
6,
attention
Isaac Semedo Linder.
to men's
Number
Pool
2,
A.
Victor Paul
Luxembourg
Henry
and
Stein.
Malta stepping up to the plate. Luxembourg so far a win and a loss. Lores, Fonseca, Semedo, and Stein
Now we
beat
welcome
Andorra
Team Malta
14-9,
with
but then
number
came up
15,
short
Leo
against
Tassar.
Ireland in a 20-14 loss.
Number 8, Matthew
Malta,
Seri.
they haven't been so lucky.
Number 1, Ian
Lost
Felice
against
Pace.
Ireland on a last
Number
second
20, Louis Farrugia.
18-17, and then got taken down by Andorra because they went fully cold and couldn't hit a shot from the outside. It's Louis Farrugia, Ian Felice Pace, Matthew Skerry, and Neil Kassar. And this is a 4-team Pool A. Malta, the only winless squad, riding an 8-game losing streak in international play. Luxembourg ahead of Andorra for now in second place in the pool. They want to secure a victory. Again, the first 3 teams in pool play move on. Team number 1 gets a bye for the quarterfinals. Teams number 2 and 3, it will play in those quarterfinals. second step up on this game 2 of action here from Skenderbeu Square in Pristina, Kosovo. It's Semedo taking the check, and we're 10 minutes sprinting once again. Semedo with the first 2 of the game. It's up and in. A great start for the youngster, 19 years of age, Isaac Semedo. On the other end, it's Sketty. Sketty with the pull-up. Gets his own rebound. Up and in for Matthew Scary. Malta answers. Laures now spinning for the win. And Sketty is a scary man from the outside. He's been hitting 2s all tournament. Another shot for Matthew Scary. Missed. Rebound is not put back in by Farrugia. Kassar chases it down. Sketty again. He keeps getting open looks. Why not? Don't leave a shooter open now. Matthew Sketty in the first game that Malta played against Ireland had himself 4 2s and 11 points. Luxembourg. Fonseca now, a midi pull-up. Let him shoot it. Malta not playing any defense on Fonseca for some reason. So now it's Scary scooping, and eventually, well, I thought he was going to put that in, but he did not. Fresh 12, Kassar in action, finds space for a shot. It's missed. Luxembourg with the board. Stein handles that transition. Laures back to Stein. Stein looking for space, nothing there. Now it's Fonseca on the move, 2 on the shot clock. Righty hook is in and out. Stein can't control the board. Comes up with it. And Felice Paches punches that one out. Okay, travel called on the plate. So Malta holding on to a 2-point lead here.
Mirëmëngjes, po. Ma gjallë po lyp diçka. Akina e sa për dasma.
A pushing foul on the play.
Malta leads 7-3 against Luxembourg, 7 minutes and 48 seconds
And
to go.
Luxembourg's showing a little bit of frustration amongst themselves. It's a 4-point deficit for them after 2 minutes of play, but they keep letting Matthew Scary go at it. Then Kassar gets free, but turns the Wilson over. Kassar, yeah, that was tapped out by Fonseca, but apparently touched Kassar last. So Luxembourg back to it. Semedo to Laures. Laures on the move. Finds Stein for a shot from the outside, front rim. Rebound to Malta. Kassar got the chair pulled out from under him. Tied up, so jump ball situation, and as you all very much well know, a jump ball situation is rewarded to the defense. If you didn't know that, I mean, we'd love to have you on for some more 3x3 watching. Subscribe to our YouTube account or hit us up on Instagram at FIBA 3x3, at FIBA 3x3W. My name's Buzz Roosendaal. I am the Mountain, and I'll be your host for the entire day from Skenderbush Square here in Pristina, Kosovo. And we'll be 10 minutes sprinting all the way until about 8:30 at night when we know which two teams will qualify to the Europe Cup in Vienna, August 22nd till 25th later on this year. So y'all better stick with me throughout this day. It's Fonseca on the move again. He looks and finds Laures, who gets blocked by Kassar. Felice Pace now pulls up for two. Front rim, chases down his own board, can't get to it. So that's gotten us to our first TV timeout. And it's been Matthew Sketty, who's been a scary sight for Luxembourg early on. Raining twos. Man likes all the shots, like a college student on a Thursday. Laures with the yo-yo spin. Here we go again, high post action for Luxembourg, who've pulled it within three. Laures almost lost it, did lose it. A lob play for Kassar. Wasn't ready for that lob. He was ready for this too, though. Off the glass, it's Kassar add to the lead. 20-year-old Neil Kassar bringing the Maltese lead to 5 points. Fonseca with the answer for Luxembourg. A wild shot off the glass, but answered nonetheless, 9-6. Fonseca tracks down the board. Now it's Stein. Laures open for a shot from the outside. Back to it. Can Luxembourg come back? It's a lot of Fonseca shots from the outside. That shot didn't hit rim. Kassar on the move against Semedo. Kassar fakes, gets it back. Kassar on his way to the rack, missed because of pressure. Now Stein almost gets his cookies taken.
Oh, yeah.
There's Semedo for two. Luxembourg's back into things, 10-8. Matthew Scary stepping through off the glass, no good. Rebound Luxembourg. Wilson zipping around. Fonseca in action. It's Semedo again, same spot, different result. Rebound ends up with Malta. Behind the back in a crossover, but lost to Wilson.
Okay.
And rebounds chased down by Kassar. No space for a shot. It's Felice Pace now. A kick out there. Scary. He's a shooter. Light touch. Gets his own board. Pace underneath. Kassar with the great fake and the great make. 11-8. Semedo looking for space. Stein now. A sidestep. Nothing there. Fonseca. They leave him open. Opts not to shoot. Now a wild pull-up from the free throw stripe. Under pressure. Could have taken the first shot. He was open on that, but sometimes it gets in your head when you start missing those twos. Anyway, another missed two on the other end for Malta, who can't take advantage of the fact that Luxembourg's having trouble scoring the basket. So second TV timeout in a three-point game. Both teams are having a little bit of trouble scoring consistently. And it's been more defense than offense. We started out with a lot of offense from Malta. But Luxembourg has slowed the game down to a grind, and that's in their favor. They've climbed back into this. Kassar. Neil Kassar crossing over, getting to the cup, faking. Not a lot of room for a shot. That righty hook's missed. Oh, that's with the board. Stein is wide open. Luxembourg needed that one, though. Can't get it. Semedo now. He will have a try. Overshoots it. So Luxembourg, every time they've gotten an open look to try to climb back into this, it just hasn't worked. Scary on the move with the and one. Strong take. And it's Scary again coming up big for his team. Driving in, taking the contact off of Stein, finishing off the glass. And if Malta has a chance, wants to have a chance, Matthew Scary is going to be the man to have to do it. Arrest now. Semedo stepping behind the line, launching a two. Scary with the board. Felice Pace now. Malta misdirection on Ferrugia's end, but he loses to Wilson. Wilson! Come on, I know y'all saw Castaway. If you haven't seen Castaway, what's wrong with you? Go see that movie. Anyway, I digress. We are still live and in the middle of a game. Stein. Easy layup. Luxembourg back within 2 possessions. But offense is a struggle for Luxembourg. They can't get shots from the outside to go whatsoever. Meanwhile, Malta got Felice Pace cutting it a rack. Stein again. Now it's Laures is open, but closely guarded after a second, and he couldn't get the shot up. Stein again. And Stein is taking a lot of shots, but he hasn't been able to knock him down whatsoever. Laures now muscling through. Stein another opportunity. Overshot this time. So cold shooting from Luxembourg is really giving them trouble right now.
Mirosh Ondrej. Pa I bukur zemre se. 4-9. 14-9
And it's 14-9 for Malta, who can break a 8-game losing streak. They got very close against Ireland, and that game lasted about 3 seconds too long. But an opportunity for the Maltese here. Scary. Throws it off of Semedo. There's Felice Pace, a quick move, tied up, can't get the shot to go, but a free throw coming up as I don't believe that was on the floor. It might be though. Wow, okay, had he foul? Laures tying him up right before he could have an opportunity to shoot. Now he has an opportunity to shoot. And another one coming up, falling away. So Stein to Semedo. And that young man can play some basketball. Isaac Semedo, the 19-year-old. If Luxembourg wants to have a shot, it's going to have to be his creation. Sketty, though. He's not afraid to take any shots. The man must go to college. Almost gets it back. Can't control the Wilson, though. Now it's Kassar. Fonseca with the great defense. And 9 seconds remain on the shot clock for Malta. Kassar looking to create. 3 seconds left. Skeri has to take a very heavily contested shot. Shot clock pressure. Back to it under a minute. Luxembourg needed a bucket, and they need it now. Fonseca could bring them within a position, but he can't do it. Skeri now in the move. Skeri almost loses to Wilson. It gets back to him. Skeri, a pass down low. Felice Pace, the 1 foot fadeaway. Pretty shot. Can't get it to go. And here's Skeri. He's trying to calm the troops. Malta in a great position to break that 8-game losing streak. Skeri, wide open team play as Malta. Well, they don't play defense, but it's too little too late for Luxembourg, who haven't been able to score all game. And with 8 seconds to go, writing's on the wall. Felice Pace. Game clock ahead of the shot clock, so they're going to have to take a shot here. Felice Pace off the glass, no good. But Malta pick up their first international victory in 9 games, beating Luxembourg 15-11. And they keep their hopes alive of qualifying to the Europe Cup.
Next game, Andorra versus Ireland. We start the presentation. First we welcome Team Andorra with number 1 Daniel Morpeita Cabeza, number 10 Oriol Fernandez,
And the next game on the slate, as we continue action here from Pristina, Kosovo, is one between Andorra and Ireland. Again, Pool A action on the men's side. Andorra, so far, a win and a loss. They beat Malta 17-13, lost to Luxembourg 14-9. Currently hold the third spot in pool play, which is enough to move on, but they're going to have to get a W here maybe, depending on the outcome. Or actually, Malta's at one as well, so check the standings. There you go, Andorra. I think they're sitting comfortable. Ireland, they're atop of pool play. So Andorra come with Bruno Bartolomé Frases, Daniel Mofreta, Oriol Fernandez, Sergi Marin. And the Irish, James Ruben Beckham, John Paul Carroll, Jordan Blunt, and Matt Tracy. The Irish so far in the tournament, spotless. 18-17 victory over Malta and a 20-14 beatdown of Luxembourg. And it was Blunt and Tracy with 7 points apiece in that game, leading the way. Let's see if they can hang with this Andorra squad. If Ireland gets a win, they are in first place in Pool A and get a bye for the quarterfinals. Again, Ireland has gotten very close to qualifying to the Europe Cup the last 2 years, losing in the finals to Azerbaijan and Cyprus in a clinching game to get to the Europe Cup in 22 and 23. So they really want to get it here in 24. There we go, a good start. It's Carroll with the smash. And the answer right away for Andorra. There's Blunt. Lines up at 2. Fernandez directing traffic. And Bartolomé Frases tries to get it back to him. Bartolomé Frases is the main weapon for Andorra in the tournament. Had 7 points in a loss against Luxembourg out of 9 points scored total. Meanwhile, a 2's up and a 3-1 lead for Andorra. Bartolomé Frases had a huge game for Andorra in their victory over Malta, racking up 14 points. You heard that right, 14. So he is the main and maybe only offensive weapon that Andorra has. A law play, by the way, for Carroll working out here. So both teams active early with scoring. There's Fernandez. Blunt with the board. Tracy down to Carroll, fading away on the shot. That's another make. The Irish are back within 1. Fernandez to Bartolomé Frases. A midi pull-up is good. So offense shining here. Tracy, But offense is going often and early here in a 5-3 game after a minute and a half of play. We are off to the races, ladies and gentlemen, out here in Pristina, Kosovo, where we'll be with you all day to determine which two teams, one from each gender, will qualify to the Europe Cup in Vienna in August. Prases gets his Wilson taken from him, but Tracy steps out of bounds. So 6 seconds on the clock, and Andorra with possession of the rock. Referee's trying to determine whether maybe there was possession of the Wilson. Depending on that, we might get a fresh shot clock. We'll see. I think we're at 6. Yeah, we should be. So it's 24-year-old Bruno Bartolomé Frases, the third-ranked player in Andorra with the rock. Gets it back. A look from 2 is no good. And Tracy with the board. Hadn't cleared it yet. And on the clear, he turns it over. It's Mofreta with the fake. Gets tied up. And that's foul number 3 on the Irish. Oh, warning for discussing stuff with the referee. That's obviously not wanted. So warning extended. And we will see Daniel Mofreta, 35 years of age, on the stripe. His Andorra team is the oldest team in the tournament. Marin is 43, Fernandez 36, Mofreta 36, and then Bartolomé Frases is making sure they average out a little lower at 24 years of age. Beckham to Carroll. Carroll to Blunt. And a whistle on the play. Carroll to Tracy. Tracy pulls up for 2. Rebound secured by Andorra and a foul on the play. Missed layup. So a 5-3 game it remains. Uh-oh, baseline action. Carroll looked like he was coming in with mean intentions, but play is broken up. There's Blunt underneath, misses. And they go down to the body shop. Spinning and winning. There's Carroll with the spin cycle. Fernandez. Marin. Fernandez, Brady pass, easy finish. He has eyes in the back of his head. Oh, Brady, Euro missed. Beckham can't get it to go. And a TV timeout in what started out as a high-scoring contest, but has slowed down to a bit of a grind here in the last minute or so. Here's Andorra. Bartolomé Frases fouled on the shot. And the fouls are stacking up for the Irish here. That's number 6 on. And you can hear them say no more fouls. 6 fouls is a lot. It wasn't a foul in the shot, though, so a setup up top for Bartolomé Frases. Marin was looking for him. Fernandez looking for Marin. Couldn't get him. There's Blunt. Give and go action with Beckham.
6-5 for Andorra.
And another foul on the play for the Irish. And the court needs some repairing, but Ireland in foul trouble at 7 fouls already. And if you don't watch a lot of 3x3, that's called the bonus. And the bonus means every defensive foul on Ireland right now will put Andorra on the stripe for 2. Now this is not the worst outcome, because if you get to 10 fouls, that's when that happens. That's a double bonus, and the double bonus means that every defensive foul in Ireland, once they get to 10, if they do, would put Andorra on the stripe for 2 and give them possession back. So again, Ireland with 6:30 on the clock already racked up 7 fouls. Fernandez takes advantage from the free throw stripe. Blunt. Travel called. And the game slowed down a little bit here. A fresh shot clock for the Irish after that kickball violation. There's Treacy. Treacy missed it underneath the basket. Beckham's is on the floor, so it's 3-on-2 here. Shots missed by Andorra. Rebounds picked up, but blocked by Carroll. Carroll wiping that off the glass. The Irish go with a high post play. Carroll handing it off to Blunt. Blunt tries to find Carroll underneath the basket but misses. There's Marin. Bartolomé Frases. He's not afraid to take any shot. 9-5 Andorra. Comfortable lead here. Blunt underneath. Can't get it to go. To rebound, Beckham can't get it to go again. Blunt misses another one. Beckham finally puts it in. These guys have all of their offensive rebounding stats on lock, but the answer is there for Andorra. Bartolomé Frases with another 2. 11-6. Carroll, can he answer? Nuh-uh. Beckham is extremely active on the boards. Beckham. There's Blunt. Blunt's open for 2. Launches 1, misses. And Ireland's offense is non-existent. It's an 11-6 game now. Marin. But rebound falls in the hands of Oriol Fernandez. And he's adding to it. 12-6. Beckham misses. Fernandez back to Mofreta. Mofreta, So can Ireland come back into this one? They have not been able to hit shots from the outside. Treacy, this could help. Nope. Blunt's on the ground. He gets back up. Now it's Mofreta on the move. Fernandez open for two. Strips Beckham on the board. Who's that out on? So that's out on Beckham. Fernandez getting his team another possession. And he finds Mofreta on the back cut. Beckham with another foul. And again, the Irish, they've been in foul trouble since the 6:30 mark in this one. And this is going to put Mofreta on the line. Looks like Beckham got a lot of Wilson there, but body foul possibly. And Mofreta puts his team up to a 7-point lead. Blunt,
13-6.
a miss. And the Irish haven't been able to control the rebound as well. They were doing that so well on day one, controlling the glass, but couldn't get any shots. Can't get any shots to go in this one, and that just makes the floor very small. Tracy tries one from two, another miss. There's Fernandez. Andorra also struggling to hit some shots from the outside now. The Irish just keep on trying, but keep on breaking. Now it's Bartolome Frases. Nuh-uh. Blunt decides to go for a drive behind the back. Pretty pass, but Carroll's stuck. Now Blunt from the other side of the court. And a pushing foul on the rebound, and more free throws coming up for Andorra. It's Daniel Mofreta stepping to the line again. And that's number 9. So the next foul on the Irish is that dreaded double bonus. 2 free throws and possession on a defensive foul. It's the second TV timeout, but things are looking dire for the Ire. See that? What I did there? I know you'll like that. Anyway, Ireland. They need some offense, but it's hard to find offense if you can't get any shots to go from the outside. And that's been the case for them. Their twos are just not falling. And that means Andorra can stay off of their men, make the court very small by packing the paint. Mofreta calmly knocks in the freebie. An 8-point lead for Andorra, and they're running away with this one, maybe unexpectedly so. Again, Ireland is your number 1 seed out here. Andorra, they're your number 5 seed out of 9 teams. Tracy, another 2, no good. Frases sharing with Mofreta. They go back to Frases. Frases is the end option for a lot of Andorra offense, but he keeps getting open. Tracy taking it strong at the rack. A 15-7 game as a result. Now it's Mofreta stepping behind the line. Knuckleball on the 2, and that one goes 17-7. And then Carroll loses it underneath the basket, so Ireland is coming apart at the seams in this one, being picked apart by Andorra. And Andorra, again, have not been active at the main events in the World or Europe Cup, in this case the Europe Cup, in a long time. Last time they represented at the European Championships was in 2014. Last time they played a part in a main event at the World Cup was 2017. Oh, Frases making sure Beckham doesn't score on that. Great cut by Beckham, and Bartolome Frases using a foul to stop that action. So James Ruben Beckham stepping up to the free throw stripe, and an opportunity to pull his team within 9. So Ireland now just forgetting the rebound, and this game's getting uglier than Chewbacca.
Ireland, 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go.
There
18,
is Blunt. But this game is almost over. Bartolome Frases just throwing up shots left and right, and everything is dropping for him. Tracy sharing with Blunt. Blunt scoring underneath. That's good. Fernandez with the crazy pass. How'd he find him? Finally, a 2 goes down for Ireland, but it's way too late in the game. Now they get a steal. Beckham. Tracy's open, opts not to take the shot. Float game, mid-range. There's the offense from Ireland that we saw all day yesterday. And it's too, well, it could be too late in the game as Andorra's on game point. Fernandez, another one of those pretty passes. Mofreta with no finish on that, though. So it's Blunt. Blunt sizing up Fernandez, another 2, and it's overshot. So Andorra could end things here. Blunt steals it. Can't find Beckham. But here is the 10th foul on the Irish. So Oriol Fernandez with an opportunity to end the game for Andorra, and they keep the victory in what could be expected of could be considered an upset. Andorra beating the number 1 seed Ireland 21-13 in a well-played game by the Andorrans. Ireland just couldn't find any offense until it was too late in the game. Also, we're in foul trouble for most of this. Y'all take a look at the highlights as we get set up for the last couple of 10-minute sprints in pool play.
Next game, Azerbaijan, Luxembourg, women's category.
to take on a team Luxembourg that also picked up a victory over Malta.
Now let's welcome Team Luxembourg with number 2, Maria Ren Oli.
And
Number 6,
Oli was good in that game.
Number 33, Amra Hasanovic. And number 10, Michelle Ditkin.
And again, Luxembourg consisting of Oli, Hassan. Gander at all of 3x3 action of today here in Pristina, as well as the recently ended other European Cup qualifier in Copenhagen, where 4 teams qualified. Spain on both the men's and women's side, Croatia for the men's, and Italy for the women's. You can also take a look at what's happening in the World Tour right now, the pro circuit on the men's side, or the women's series that just ended on the women's side. Those are pro circuit tournaments, and the World Tour in Ulaanbaatar happening right now as we speak. So plenty of 3x3 action on all of our platforms, and we'd love to have you there. My name is Boz Rosendahl, aka The Mountain. I am your host here, a former player in the game of 3x3, former silver medal winner at the World Cup, and now I've taken that basketball talent and I've turned it into a commentator's position here. So I'm trying to keep y'all updated on all things 3x3. As this is a global game, there's plenty of tournaments for you to enjoy. There's Mercedes Walker. She is a global force underneath the basket. Drop, step, and a bucket for the 37-year-old. Ranked number 97 in the world. Quick transition there. Oli's underneath the basket open. Luxembourg's on the board as well. They go looking for Walker again. She is a mismatch for sure. So a little bit of confusion on the court here. Referees are trying to determine who will get the Wilson. It ends up being Luxembourg by virtue of Michelle Ditkin. Ditkin. High post action here. They screen Ditkin and get it to Oli. Oli on the drive. Lefty lay no good. Ditkin can't control the board. Possession back to Azerbaijan. Ditkin a long one, forced shot because of that 12-second shot clock. Oh, that's saved inbounds in a interesting way. Mosong, Ditkin with the cross. Righty lay no good. Denishkina with a good defense. Ulyanova deterred. Oli now. And a midi pull-up for Ditkin. Great vision, but a miss on the layup by Mollenhauer. You don't often see her do that. Oli, a foul on the play. Denishkina opting to make sure that Oli couldn't get a good look at the basket. This Team Luxembourg qualified to the last Europe Cup, as mentioned before. Mosong, the only holdover from that team. And here's Mosong. Tries the righty layup. No, Mercedes Walker tracks down the board. Gets it right back. As again, Walker is a mismatch down there in the paint. Back to Walker. She goes looking for Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer is the number 8th ranked player in the world of 3x3 on the women's side. 2nd ranked player in all of Azerbaijan.
Luxembourg, 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Asanovic tracks down the Wilson. A fading shot, pressured by the shot clock, is no good, and both teams are having trouble getting into their offense. There's a lot of defensive pressure coming out from Azerbaijan. And Luxembourg doing a good, consistent effort on that end of the floor as well. Ulyanova dribbles the Wilson off of her own foot. And 3 in the key as a result, as Mercedes Walker couldn't get out of the paint. Oli. Hasanovic on a drive. Wild shot up and in. Hasanovic ties the game at 2. The answer could be here for Mercedes Walker, but Walker misses the shot underneath. Oli. And Mosong's open for 2. Luxembourg has shown the ability to shoot the covers off the Wilson. It's mainly Nadia Mosong, but not successful so far. Here's Asanovic kicking it out. Oli, and that pass just had a little bit too much on it.
7 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Walker, pretty pass, easy finish. Mollenhauer breaking that 2-2 tie. We're 3 minutes into this one in a low-scoring affair. Dithkin has to take a forced shot, but somehow gets that to go down. That's a shot you do in a game of horse. But Dithkin connects, so a 3-3 game. And again, winner here gets themselves a buyout of the quarterfinals and moves straight into the semifinals. And a TV timeout, again, in a low-scoring affair out here in Pristina, Kosovo. Skenderbeg Square is where we're set up, and Azerbaijan and Luxembourg are fighting for first position in women's Pool A action, with Malta already in third place. Winner here, again, moves on to the semifinals and skips the quarters. And here's Mollenhauer stepping away behind his screen. And Mollenhauer, Alexandra Mollenhauer, knocks it down. Again, your number 8th ranked player in the world. A mainstay on the women's series. She's got 4 women's series events to her name. 1, that is. And there's Mollenhauer once again. So Azerbaijan, 3 quick points. It's kept in bounds, but eventually will go out of bounds. Here's Ulyanova. High post action, a screen from Walker. Ulyanova pulls up for the midi. And Azerbaijan really taking control of this game in the last minute or so. Mosong to Dithkin. A tough shot, contested. And then a rebound foul as she inadvertently hits Denishkina in the back of her head. And Denishkina able to get up. And there's Mollenhauer again, this time for 2. 9-3. Answers by Mosong is left short. Mollenhauer, same spot, gets it to Walker. Walker spins into a bully bucket. 10-3. Azerbaijan is blowing the doors off of this game. And 11-3, and Azerbaijan is putting the clamps on this one. Take a look as Mollenhauer, your number 8th ranked player in the world, is just beasting underneath the basket. A free throw as a result. 6th foul on Luxembourg as well, who are in trouble halfway through the game. Oli. Mosong. Can Luxembourg find any consistent offense? 3 points after 5 minutes is not enough against this squad. And an offensive foul here will put them in the bonus as well. Now, there won't be any free throws on an offensive foul, but next foul in Luxembourg on the defensive end will put Azerbaijan on the stripe for 2. So, an unfavorable spot for Luxembourg here. Going up against a team, again, that's qualified to the Olympics. So, understandably so, there might be a little bit of difference in the game, but Azerbaijan has really blown the doors off of the game. The 8th foul now. Again, this is a tough spot for Luxembourg to be in. Every defensive foul is 2 free throws.
Three for Azerbaijan.
It's 14-3 in a game that's gotten out of hand in the last minute. Hasanovic falling away on that play. And firm control in this one for the Azerbaijan squad. And now it's Walker. Taking the contact, can't finish the play, but Luxembourg are hacking like computer nerds. And it's Mercedes Walker on the stripe, putting in the first free throw. This game has gotten very ugly. Rebound Mollenhauer. And Walker now underneath the basket again. Easy layup, 16-3. I think we might have a game that ends before the limit here. An educated guess on that. Oli, a fake, and a tough shot again. Walker kicking it out. Now it's Mollenhauer finding Walker again. Denishkina stepping into a 2. Walker couldn't control the board, so Luxembourg another possession. Oli. And up and around Walker. Crafty move by Oli. Walker. Denishkina. Missed shot. She's on the floor, so it's 3-on-2. And second TV timeout. And what a difference a couple of minutes can make. First TV timeout, it was a close game. Now it's a 16-4 lead for Azerbaijan, who have blown this game wide open. Ditkin to Mosong. Mosong spinning into Mollenhauer, losing to Wilson. A warning extended for coaching, as that is not allowed in the game of 3x3. Backdoor cuts broken up by Mollenhauer. Oh, play continues here. Never mind. Referee had blown his whistle. And it remains a blowout game, 17-5. Azerbaijan, who have shown their excellence here, although Luxembourg has been able to find a little bit of offense of late. 17-6, still an 11-point lead for Azerbaijan. Mollenhauer looking to add to things, missing a layup. So Luxembourg, Oli with an open look from 2, and well, that's still going. Oli to Hasanovic, a cutting Mosong. Back to Hasanovic, who has no space for a shot. Mosong then misses the 2. And it's Walker with the board. Ulyanova underneath the basket. And the physical dominance of Azerbaijan shines again. They like to beat you underneath the basket with Walker, Ulyanova, as well as Mollenhauer, by the way. Walker now to Mollenhauer. Mollenhauer on the way to the rack. Underneath, and another score. Azerbaijan's at game point at 2 will end things. And that might be what Luxembourg's looking for as well, as a 19-6 game is just a tough one for them, although they'll still be moving on out of pool play in second place. Walker's open, catches it, passes it out. Mollenhauer, game in her hands, in and out. And Mosong tries to anything to get a score on the board for Luxembourg. Finally, one shot goes. Now it's Mollenhauer spinning, and Denishkina with the shot of the game. Luxembourg, a minute to go. They get some buckets here as Azerbaijan is completely foregoing everything on the defensive end. Mollenhauer underneath the basket. That's foul number 10 on Luxembourg. The double bonus. 2 free throws coming up for Alexandra Mollenhauer, as well as possession afterwards. So nobody rebounding on those free throws again, as we know there won't be any necessity for that. It could also just be game. Azerbaijan's at 20. Mollenhauer hits this one, and this game is in the bag. And it is just that. Alexandra Mollenhauer secures the win for Azerbaijan, who dominate women's Pool A play, and will get a bye in the quarterfinals. We'll see them in the semifinals later on the day. Luxembourg, we'll see them in the quarterfinals, and I'm sure they'll have a better game then. So a 21-8 victory for Azerbaijan. Y'all enjoy the highlights as we get ready to get set up to go back over to the last 2 10-minute sprints of the day. Men's Pool B coming to a close here in Pristina any second now.
trophy, we present first team Azerbaijan with number 41 Andorra Poltafni, number 11 Akbarov Yabrail, number 14.
We got Azerbaijan coming out first. They are firmly atop of the pool. With 3 victories in 3 games, they look to secure their spot with a 4th victory. It's Jabril Akbarov, Kamil Hamzayev, Endar Polatkanli, and Jordan D'Angelo Davis, one of the more electric players in the field. They're going to be taking on Albania, who have 2 wins and are looking to get a 3rd. And these are your 4 fellas, Abdel Ghizali, Eldi Hisa, and Elian Memkaj, and Julian Shahini. They beat Armenia earlier today, 21-11. And the pick and roll game was pick and roll, and Memkaj was saucing. And Eldi Hisa is actually a very crafty guard. So look for the guards to shine in this one. Hisa, Memkaj, and Davis on the other end. Pollard Conley almost ended a man yesterday. He tried to dunk it on his forehead. And we're 10 minutes sprinting again. 2 more to go until the morning session here ends. We have a little bit of a break until we go into the knockout rounds. It's Hamzayev with the 2. And that goes out of bounds off of Pollard Conley. High post action here for Azerbaijan, who just saw the women come out of pool in first place, are looking to do the same thing themselves. Azerbaijan only twice they've been a part of the main event of the Europe Cup 2022, and way back in 2014, a 12th place in 22 and an 11th place in 2014. They're looking to qualify to the main event and maybe make some noise there. Davis lost to Wilson. And it's Akbarov with a 2-point make. 3-zip Azerbaijan. And a 1-foot fader. Memkaj can't connect. Now it's Davis again. Again, Davis, nobody was able to contain him yesterday in 3 victories. He was wonderful. And again, this is why. Can get to the rack at will. Crafty finisher, too. And Albania's still not on the board. There's Endar. Polat Conley for 2 again. Hisa. Going at Akbarov with a filthy Euro step off the glass. Davis coming through with the answer right away, and 1. And we have a court malfunction again on the baseline. So as they get that fixed, take a look at Davis.
Great pass, Shahin, scores.
And there goes Albania's second point. And another lay for Davis, and baseline malfunction again. Mahini with the 2-point shot. It's a 6-5 game now. So we are getting the court repaired as we speak in a 6-4 game. I thought it was 6-5 earlier, but it's a 6-4 contest between Azerbaijan and Albania. And we already know both these teams are going to be moving on to the knockout rounds. It's just a matter of in what position. Azerbaijan looks secure with 3 wins, so they're going to be picking up they're looking to pick up a first or second spot. If Albania happens to win, it forces a 3-way tie, and then we have to go and calculate scores, and we'll bring in all of that once it's necessary. Albania still with an opportunity to get that number 1 or number 2 seed. Cyprus is waiting in the rafters as well with 3 wins in 4 games. There's Polat Conley skying high for that putback. Hisa with the hezi. It's Gizeli. But Davis rack attacking again. Can't control the Wilson. So Albania back to it. There's Hisa. Easy shot, easy make. 7-6. Albania ain't going anywhere. Hamzayev misses the easy one. There's Polat Conley kicking it out to Davis. Davis is wide open, takes a shot, drops the 2-ball off, 9-6. Gizeli loses his footing. And looks like he got hit in the noggin.
Six leads Azerbaijan against Albania. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go.
So Davis has been completely unguardable in this game, unconscious. And again, Davis in their 3 previous games started off against Armenia and had himself 7 points. Their second game against Kosovo, he dropped in a cool 8. And then in a 21-16 defeat of Cyprus, added another 6. And the electric guard is just so tough to stop for opponents. This is why he's got the speed and the craftiness to finish around the rim. It's a 10-7 game. And Memkaj and Shahini almost lose to Wilson. Memkaj now sizing up Akbarov. Memkaj going right. A sweeping hook shot is missed. Hamzayev with the board. There's Davis again. A crossover. There's Akbarov. No good on 2. There's Davis again with another bucket. Can somebody stop this man, please? He is en fuego. Giseli. Oh, the double fake.
12-8.
Akbarov, a miss. Now it's Hisa. A wild shot. Shahini tracks it down, but Akbarov gets to it first. Another look for Davis. He might be in double figures already. This time he decides to share. And it's Polat Conley with an easy lay. So Albania looking at a 5-point deficit, and Azerbaijan looking comfortable right now. Davis again. Oh, the hesitation on Davis, loses to Wilson though. There's Giseli with a travel, never mind, a no clear on the play. So Giseli turns it over for Albania. We're in a little bit of trouble. There's Endar, Polat Conley pulling up for 2 and hitting it on the back rim. He finds Hamzayev, but the pass is overshot. Isa now with a lob play to Giseli. Pretty pass, pretty make. 13-9. Akbarov looking for Hamzayev. They found the floor. That is number 5 on the Albanians. Make that 4. I apologize. Memkash faking him out of his shoes. Memkash on his way to the rack. Lefty lays, missed a foul called on the play.
13-10.
Davis is stuck. And a foul on the play is called.
Timeout.
Between us in the game. I really might tap realest nigga on my face. Lil CC, let it snap with a bass.
There's Davis again. It's a 13-10 game now. Hamzayev for 2. Drops it off. It's 15-10. Azerbaijan again with a comfortable lead. Can Albania mount another comeback? Memkaj, no answer. Hamzayev. Boards for him. It's Davis again. He's calmed a little bit in the latter part of this game. Hamzayev gets his stuff thrown backwards. Shahini now. There's Gizeli. Gets blocked by Davis. Gets his own board back. And a foul on the play. That's foul number 5 on Azerbaijan. So Hisa now. Looking for Gizeli. 4 on the shot clock. Gizeli stepping behind the line, but his big toe stepping out of bounds. So Albania with a costly turnover right when they needed a score. Meanwhile, falling away is Akbarov on the shot. Not a great look at the basket. And Hisa and Shahini try to link up, but Shahini pushes off. So 6th foul on Albania. There's Davis. They dare him to shoot, and he passes out of it. Polat Conley hanging in midair, but no make on the lay. Memkaj fakes, spins, misses. Here we go. Hamzayev to Polat Conley. Polat Conley for 2, and that's not enough. Akbarov saves it. Ends up in the hands of Albania, so Shahini with the score to pull it within 2 possessions. It's 15-11. Akbarov to end up Polat Conley. Polat Conley trying to go through everyone. That's a and 1 for Endar Polat Conley. 7th foul on Albania as well, so Azerbaijan with 2 opportunities from the stripe to extend their lead here. This is our second to last 10-minute sprint. In this morning session here, Azerbaijan with a comfortable lead now, 18-11. But we have one more 10-minute sprint to